We're back with another 2021 rookie profile. Is Elijah Moore, wide receiver, Ole Miss, a heat seeker? Watch and find out. It's Brad from RotoHeat and RookieDraftGuide.com. Welcome back to the channel. It's glad to see you. We're glad to have you. We hope you stick around for a little while. If you do like what you're seeing, drop a like, drop some comments. You know YouTube likes that stuff. Don't forget the notification icons. You can stay up to date every time we go live. We got weekly live shows. We got tons of rookie content dropping on the regular, on the daily these days. And don't forget, if you want to see all of our rookie content, RookieDraftGuide.com. All right, question of the video. Is Elijah Moore a sleeper? You know, in most drafts, Elijah Moore would be a guy that would be in conversation as one of the, the top 10-ish receivers coming out. He is a kid that coming out of St. Thomas Aquinas in Florida, which any of you cats and Debbie know, that's a big high school. They produce plenty of quality talent. He was highly sought after, a 4-star prospect. Basically, the who's who in the SEC was recruiting him before he chose Ole Miss, and that wasn't a bad choice. He was looked at by Georgia, Bama, Auburn, even teams like Cincinnati. I mean, there's all sorts of schools were coming at him before he chose Ole Miss. And Ole Miss is a school that's produced plenty of wide receiver talent in the NFL here lately. I mean, that probably is also part of the reason why Moore didn't get to see the field nearly as often and show his insane quickness and abilities as early and often as he could. I mean, obviously 2020 was a bit of a breakout year for him, and he had a really nice campaign. But, from his true freshman season in 2018, he was having plenty of NFL talent in front of him that he had to compete with to see snaps. He really did produce quite well, all things considered. Freshman season, 36 catches, 398, 2 touchdowns. That's over 11 yards a catch. Sophomore, 67, 856. That's over 12 yards. Like, you just keep seeing this trend where his averages and his totals go up. 2020, 86 receptions, 1193 and 8, 13.9 yards per catch. Even got involved a little bit in the running game. The thing about the really nice thing about Moore is he's a very quick dude. Like, he's only, 5'9", 5'10", just under 200 pounds, somewhere around there. Insanely quick. He is a very dynamic athlete, and some teams will fall in love with his ability to just stop on a dime and be gone. Like, he has the ability to take it to the house. And we saw it. I mean, especially in 2020, we saw a very electric dynamic. Think of all those fancy words that get you excited. Well, we saw that with him. He really did produce quite well at the college level. All right, so the question I asked at the beginning is just as relevant now as it was then. Is Elijah Moore a sleeper? When I look at our analysts, evaluators' notes, all of them are very intrigued by him. Obviously, you're looking at probably a guy that's primarily a slot receiver, although we saw him on the outside at Ole Miss. At the NFL, he's probably relegated more doing inside work, but there's a ton of potential for guys like that. Now, I'm not equating him to a Golden Tate type, but he's got that ability to just stop on a dime and be gone. And he's just so elusive and so quick that when I watch him, it makes me think of a guy like that. And there's a ton of value to be had there. I mean, think about how much value those types of receivers have in fantasy and in the NFL. I'm intrigued to see what team goes after him and where they slot him, no pun intended, in at. But if he's getting earlier work in the slot and giving the ability to be used all over the field in a variety of ways, whether it's, I've said in some other videos, some of these undersized guys that have a lot of quickness and big playability, if you can give them the ball in different ways, behind the line of scrimmage as a runner in some way, shape, or form, in the slot, if you can line them up all over the field, that's just another chess piece that teams love to use, and in this day and age can have plenty of value for an NFL team and your fantasy roster. When I look through the guy's notes, he's, like I say in a lot of wide receiver videos, this class is insanely talented and deep. Moore would probably be in the conversation as a top 10 receiver in this class if this class wasn't as deep as it was. He's probably outside of the top 10 in my mind if I had to, put a guess to it at this point. But I think he's a guy that you can target as a sleeper and feel comfortable knowing that he's got the chance. Like, he's got the chance to really break out in the right situation. Although I say that, really, anybody has a chance to break out in the right situation? Oh, that sounds a bit silly, I guess. But it is still true with him. You know, if he goes to a team that deploys a lot of wide receivers, you know, if they're deploying 3 and 4 sets on a regular, and he can see the field and be used in a lot of different ways, that could be huge for him. He could be really successful for your fantasy team as well as an NFL squad. So, like I said, let me know in the comments. I want to know your thoughts. The guys on the team, you know, want him higher. I mean, quite honestly, most of the guys liked him and saw a lot of good qualities from him. The only downsides were obviously size. That was really about it. I mean, good route runner, good hands. I mean, all the things you want to see he can do. So somebody's going to take a shot on him. He's probably a day 3 pick, I'd guess, early day 3, maybe a 4th rounder. If I had to guess, I think he's got a lot of talent, and the team's really going to fall in love with that. So thank you guys always for hanging out with us and taking this ride down the Elijah Moore hype train. Hopefully we're getting it started for you and you get excited and you can evaluate them. If you want to check out film, rookiedraftguide.com. We've got that up there. We've got our evaluators' rankings and ratings and all the good information that you want. We've got it for you. We're a one-stop shop for your rookie needs. RotoHeat.com also has a ton of other great content. We're talking, we've got Devy stuff. We've got all of our actual rankings, you know, rookies and veterans. So RotoHeat.com, rookiedraftguide.com. Thank you guys as always, and we'll talk to you again soon. Love you, bye.